Hello, my darling YouTubers. It's me, Susie. Please be kind to everyone. I've only just gotten up. It's 4:29 p.m. here in Melbourne. I look like crap, but I don't care. I'm eating. I'm really hungry, and my poor 17-year-old Gussie's not doing very well. He's on 9 heart tablets a day, and I think he's on his way out. He won't eat or anything. I've had him at the vet, and he's on 9 tablets, and he's got a heart condition. And everything's alright, like his thyroid's good and everything, but he's just old and he's on his way out. I love that cat so much, and I'm really sad about it. And he's been such a great cat to me, and protected me and loved me, and God, I hate death. And so, you know, when I get horrible people on the YouTube that send me horrible stuff and that are so critical about just crap, I just want to delete them and scream, and because life is so short, honestly, and people are so critical. You know, even like someone says, oh, your microphone's not good and all this crap. Seriously, you know, get real. You know, tell me something important, like, you know, people in the world, you know, so many people in America, for example, 20 to 30% suicide rates are going up, you know. You know, 2 famous people even I know suicided just recently, 55 and 61. You know, that's so sad, man. It's just so tragic in this world, because people feel alone. You know, they feel like they have no friends. You know, no matter what they show on the outside, you know, honestly, you don't know what's going on in the inside. And both these 2 well-known people, you know, killed themselves. And, you know, for them to get to that stage, it meant they had no hope. You know, just sad, honestly, just sad. So, for all those horrible people that send me horrible stuff, I've got news for you arseholes, because I can't stand you. You're just going to get blocked, and I'm going to report you to YouTube, because I'm really anti that. And I apologise. I had a couple of my clients say to me, you know, on my YouTube, you know, don't belittle yourself and say these horrible things because you don't look very professional. You're right. I'm really sorry about that. I don't. And it just makes me so irate, because life is so short, honestly. You know, I've had about 10 suicides in my life, including a partner, and I just can't help myself. You know, these horrible, horrible people, honestly. You know, so yes, you're right. Whoever said that was absolutely correct. I'm not being very professional about it, but I'm passionate. You know, I'm really passionate about people in life, and I just can't stand it. So you're right. I shouldn't have said that to one of these idiots. You know, told him to go, you know, go and play with himself and play on the road, and, you know, but in very colourful language, as you can appreciate. So, sorry, I'm eating breakfast, but it's 4:32 in the afternoon, and then I have to go to work for 3 hours. But, anyway, enough of that rattle and prattle. And then some people saying, oh, you know, make your videos longer, make them shorter. You just can't please everyone. I mean, give me a break, please. That's why I got so pissed off with YouTube. And that's why I thought, right, for all this criticism, I'm going to charge people. Seriously, you know, you can understand that, right? Honestly, you just can't win. You can't bloody please everyone, you know, and I can't do that. All I can do is provide information that I think is very valid, and it's going to help you guys, you know, make money and not get screwed by this market, because, you know, 1 in 2 ICOs are friggin' scams. There's malicious attacks everywhere where you can lose your coins. You can be on an exchange and lose your coins. And, you know, I've got people saying, it wasn't a video. Well, I got news for you. They will. You know, like mine, right? You know, people won't spend $20 on answering a question. You know, how long does it take me to answer a question properly? You know, get real. You know, for $20, it's going to take me more than an answer to answer a question properly. You know, because I answer it in detail and I do a lot of research. I'm not like these other YouTube punks that go, Bitcoin's going to be a substantiation. What, you want me to come across like these YouTube punks that basically tell you crap? You know, everything I do, I follow up research and knowledge, you know, so give me a break. And again, you can't please everyone. And I'm not trying to, you know. So, seriously, that's what I want to say. Anyway, I want to bring something to your attention, because I think this is very important. Here's my point. that in financial markets, cryptocurrencies are securities. Forget about all the other dickheads out there that say they're not. In financial markets, cryptocurrencies are securities. And I'll tell you why they're securities. Because in financial markets, forget about the Howey test, which is legal. In financial markets, a security is deemed as this. One definition, where there's an exchange between two parties, right? An exchange, buy and sell, simple as that. On an exchange, off an exchange, and they call that over-the-counter market, just like the bond market. Most of the bond market is over-the-counter. But there's an exchange between a buyer and a seller with a price. You have a price, he buys, you sell, she sells, he buys, whatever. And there's a transfer of a price with money, physical, money or whatever. And if someone is subject to, a capital gain or a capital loss, obviously the buyer or the seller is going to be subject to a capital loss. And there's a transfer, and it doesn't need to be ownership, okay? You've got futures in the market, bond futures where there's no ownership, there's no physical ownership, and lots of other, financial market contracts that I can tell you about, which I won't go into now. And I want to make this short and sweet because even I've got YouTubers going, make your video short. I've got a cup of coffee here. I normally have two, and I'm cranky as usual, unless I've had 2 cups of coffee. So financial markets deem the cryptocurrency securities, ICOs, whatever you want to call them, coins, tokens, as securities, okay? Simple in that. And I'll prove my point with this article, which I think is very important, okay? Anyway, this article was produced by CoinDesk, Crypto Startup Circle Seeking Banking License. Now, as you know, Circle, which is Polynex, was taken over by Goldman Sachs. They paid $400 million, which is an absolute steal, cheap, because seriously, they'll make a shitload of money, Goldman Sachs, and they're very, very smart. Okay, so look up this article, Crypto Startup Circle to Seek Banking License in US. And I'll try and make this short and sweet because otherwise I get some idiot saying, it's too long. Sorry, I'm really pissed off and cranky today. So if you look at this license, Cryptocurrency Startup Circle is seeking to register as a federally licensed bank in the US. And it doesn't surprise me, as I said, because they want a license with the SEC, the Securities Exchange Commission. They want to get a credit rating because the instos will only invest with people that have credit ratings because they want a custodian agreement in place where they can actually store their digital currency offline so they don't get hacked and scammed and then stolen. So any exchange, a proper exchange that is legalized for the Securities Exchange Commission will need a credit rating, an S&P credit rating, Standard & Poor's or Moody's, preferably AA and above, or at least single A, a high credit rating. And they'll need a custody license, and custodians need licenses and they need credit ratings because the custody, the person that holds your securities in a cold wallet or a cold safe offline is holding your securities and has ownership of those, right? They're actually taking ownership of those securities. Just like your superannuation money is sitting with a fund manager, you pour in your money into your 401k and you may not manage that separately yourself, but you have a fund manager that manages your money. They have control over your money. It's the same thing with a custody license, just like, Coinbase is trying to get a custody license. They have control of your securities or your assets or your digital assets, whatever you whatever, right? So really important. So this report was published, and it was published by Bloomberg, and I think it's very important. Circle offers a cryptocurrency wallet and investment platform. It has an over-the-counter crypto trading service. Now, again, over-the-counter is for the big boys, okay? Big boys and big girls, where we're talking about they could easily do 10 billion. No problem. They could do 20 billion. As I said, one of the largest fund managers in America and probably in the world is BlackRock. BlackRock have 5 trillion under management. 5 trillion. Fidelity, another large fund manager who's been mining Bitcoin for years, and if you look at their profit and loss, they've been making a shitload of money. And they're smart as. They've got a CEO who's a female and she knows her stuff. They've been mining cryptocurrency for years, not just Bitcoin, right? And getting fees from it. They have 2.17 trillion under management. They are at the process of employing crypto traders for their professional funds under management, right? Which means they will put money into the cryptocurrency market very soon, once all this is in place. Once the exchanges have a banking license, number one, where it's rated, where it's regulated by the Securities Exchange Commission. 3, where they have a custody license. 4, where they have a credit rating. Now, once all that's in place, the institutional guys, the big guys, and what I mean by institutional guys, like BlackRock and that, they manage trillions of funds under management. They have trillions of dollars in the equity market, in the bond market. Now, I've said this before. The equity market, a $66 trillion market. The bond market, an $80 trillion market. The cash market, coins and notes, $35 trillion. The short-term security market, money market, term deposits, NCDs. I'm giving myself a headache, seriously. It's $55 trillion. The global settlement problem is not $24 trillion. It's about $180 trillion to $200 trillion. It goes on and on and on. There are trillions of dollars in the market that are looking for a home to invest somewhere. If they invest in the bond market, excuse me, they're lucky to get an interest rate of 2 to 5%. If they get into the equity market, they're lucky to get a yield on their dividends, if they're lucky, of 2 to 3% because the equity market is so high. The equity market's still traveling around on the Dow 25,000. In 2008, after the crash, the equity market on the Dow was 6,000. From 2008, in 10 years, it's gone to 25,000. These big fund managers allocate to equities. They put money into equities. They put money into bonds, and they put money into property, and they put money into cash. But the returns are so low. So they're obviously looking for another asset class, which is cryptocurrency. There are 4 asset classes, and cryptocurrency makes the 5th. And when they get all the ticks, for like I've said, the licensing through the SEC, the exchange being credit rated, the custodian, everything, all the ticks, they will come into this market. Now, getting back to the security thing, and I want to keep this under 15 minutes because otherwise I'm going to get some idiot saying it's too long. Sorry, I'm really annoyed and aggressive, and I just got to wake up. I shouldn't do these videos when I'm asleep. So this article, what they intend to do, as you know, Circle is, Global Sachs are one of the biggest investment banks in the world. They're really smart. So they're going to do all the right things and go to the Securities Exchange Commission to get a license and to be regulated. And what that allows is the cryptocurrency token will be considered securities. If Goldman Sachs, now read this is the most important thing. If Goldman Sachs is successful, here we go, it's in black and white, and it must be true, and I've always said this, cryptocurrencies, tokens, or friggin', coins are securities. The move from Goldman Sachs-backed firm, if successful, will allow it to trade crypto tokens that are considered as securities in the US and would also help it circumvent the complexity of registering as a cryptocurrency firm, the regulators in all 50 states. Right? I'll read that again. If they go through the Securities Exchange Commission and get everything licensed like they need to, the move from Goldman Sachs-backed firm, if successful, will allow it to trade cryptocurrency coins that are considered securities in the US and will allow it to help circumvent the complexities of everything else. So all they have to do is a single conversion. Like the guy at Bloomberg said, who's a compliance guy. It's hard to have to do 50 different conversions with the regulators. It would take you forever. So they're going directly to the Securities Exchange Commission and saying, what do we need to do so that the crypto coins and the crypto tokens, it's all legal, and we get our license and we get our custody license and everything else. That is my point. Cryptocurrencies, I will say it again, are securities in terms of financial markets. Forget about all the other idiots out there. Forget about the YouTubers that say they're not. Forget about, whatever, the Howey test. They are securities in terms of financial markets. It's just that simple. Reader, you can read this. I'm not going to go into it. You can pull up the friggin' thing, otherwise I'll get told off for going too long. So that's it. If you want any more information on this, look at my website. I'll answer it in more detail. But I think $20 is not expensive for the way I answer my questions, and it's going to take me more than an hour or two. So I'd be working for $10 an hour. So anyway, guys, enough of me carrying on like an idiot. Please be well. Please look after yourselves. Please be kind to yourself. Be kind to your family and friends. Be kind to everyone, honestly. As I said, I had a partner that suicided. I know what suicide's about. And for all these idiots that just waste my time with criticism, I'm just, I'm going to just delete you and report you to YouTube. Seriously. Just leave me alone, you friggin' idiots. You stupid idiot punks, okay? I don't want to leave on a bad note, guys. Look after yourself, my YouTubers, and thank you all for your beautiful, beautiful responses and your kind comments. I know you've said to do a live channel thing, but I haven't done it, and I'm a bit scared of it because I've never done it, and I don't know what's involved, and I've never done that, and I'm just not used to it. So, but look, I do appreciate all your comments. Some people had some great comments in terms of my business model and things like that. And I do agree with some people can't afford to pay, and I just don't want to be a service for the wealthy because I'm very left-wing, as you know. I really care about the poor people in this world, not the rich ones. Anyway, look after yourself, guys, and have a good day. Susie. Love you all. Bye.